In this video, I'm going to talk about the 144,000 volunteers, or the 144,000 starseeds, or light workers, or whatever you want to call them. Who are they? What are they? What are they doing here? That's what I'm going to talk about. In this video, I tried to upload a video about this just a couple days ago, but it got censored. YouTube deleted it, gave me a strike on my channel, banned me from uploading for 7 days. And then I tried to re-upload it to my Great Awakening channel, where I edited out, or I beeped out the C word and the V word. You guys know what it is. But they deleted it from that channel again. So they're really monitoring my channels. They do not want people to know about these things that I talk about. So let's get into it again. I'm going to try this again. The 144,000 light workers, starseeds, volunteers, paradigm shifters. I like to call them shifters because we're shifting the false paradigms. We're breaking the control matrix. That's what I believe these volunteers are doing. And that's why I believe they incarnated here. It was to dismantle the control matrix. It talks about them in the Bible. Dolores Cannon, she says that they're waves of volunteers. And there's been 3 different waves of these souls that volunteered to incarnate on this planet, to break the matrix. Now, the thing about these 144,000 starseeds is that a lot of them, they do not fit into society. They feel very alone and alienated because they're able to see things that their parents and their friends and their teachers can't see. They are aware of things that their friends and their parents and their teachers and all their family members are not aware of. They have intuitions that are much more advanced. They're very, very intuitive. Some of them have advanced psychic abilities. Some of them have advanced healing abilities. Some of them are receiving data downloads. Like me, I had a data download at a very, very young age. I had a realization at a very, very young age. When I was 11 years old, I became aware and realized in a very, very short period of time, like in almost instantaneous, that everything around me was fake, that I was living in a fake paradigm. My parents believed in fake religions. My teachers had no clue what they were talking about. I could tell that they were all like drones, just mindlessly regurgitating information without ever questioning its validity. And that was when I was 11 years old, when my parents sent me to the indoctrination camps, where the teachers would hand out textbooks. And then in the textbooks, we were ordered to mindlessly memorize and regurgitate information without ever questioning its validity. And if you questioned its validity, then you were punished, you were ridiculed. If you didn't do well with memorizing their facts, then you were going to be a loser. That's what they told everyone, is that if you didn't get good grades, which basically getting a good grade just means you memorized and regurgitated information without questioning its validity. If you didn't memorize their information, then you got a bad grade. And they told us that if you got a bad grade, then you were going to be a loser, and you were never going to get a good job, and you were never going to make any money, and everyone was going to think you were just a big loser. And that was the paradigm that I grew up in. And it was a false paradigm. My teachers had no clue what they were talking about. My parents had no clue what they were talking about. My grandparents had no clue how the universe worked. None of the people around me knew what was going on. And I could sense it at a very, very young age. And that's how a lot of these starseeds and these light workers are, is they have these awakening moments. They have these realizations, and they're able to see things that other people can't see. They're able to see through the matrix. They're able to see through the false paradigms. And when everyone around them, their coworkers, their friends, their family members, their teachers, when everyone around them is still trapped in that false paradigm, in that slave matrix, but they've awoken from it, they feel very, very alone and alienated, and they're not sure what to do, because they can see that it's very obvious that all these people are enslaved and they're programmed, but they're the only ones that have woken up. So I believe that there's a lot of these children out there that were volunteers that incarnated here, that feel alienated. So I wanted to make this video. Hopefully you can watch it and realize that there's a lot of people out there just like you that woke up at a very young age that are more intuitive than the average person, that have the ability to see things that other people can't see. And I believe that we all incarnated here and we had those awakening moments, and we incarnated in a location where the brainwashing and the indoctrination was very, very prominent, because we had the ability to see through it at very young ages. So we spent a lot of our lives searching for answers so that we could now spread this message through the internet. Even though we're very heavily censored, our message is still getting out. Now we have what's called information abundance, where you can go on the internet and look up documentaries and online books, and you can get the answers that you're searching for. You can order any book you want off the internet and it'll show up on your doorstep within a couple days. See, the internet is part of the dismantling of the control system. Even though the controllers are trying to use the internet for their agenda, which is complete control of human consciousness, they're trying to control the available data. See, that's how they do it. Is the controllers of this planet that created the matrix, the false paradigm that most people are still stuck in, is they do it by controlling the available information. As long as they control the available information, they can control consciousness. That's why there's so much censorship on social media. That's why when you search hashtags like Great Awakening, try to search for the hashtag Great Awakening on Instagram and on Facebook. They hide the hashtag. It literally says this hashtag has been hidden and it's for your safety. They say they want to keep our community safe, which is one of the biggest lies that is being told all over social media. All these puppets, these puppet politicians that say, oh, it's for your safety. We have to make you wear masks for your safety. We have to inject you with these things. It starts with a V. I don't want to say it because they're going to delete my video again, but you know what it is. If I talk about the C word or the V word too much, they're going to delete my video. They want to inject you with the V word for your safety. See, they do this thing. It's called a Hegelian dialect. They create a problem, they wait for the masses to react, and then they bring in a solution. Problem, reaction, solution. And this is how they take away people's freedoms and implement more control over human consciousness. They create a problem, they wait for the reaction, and they come in with a solution. And the solution is always involving taking away more people's freedoms and implementing more censorship, more control, more tracking and monitoring. Their end game is complete control over human consciousness. But we incarnated here to break that control matrix. We incarnated here to dismantle it. You see, these controllers that I talk about, some people call them the cabal, some people call them the deep state, whatever you want to call them. They've been around on this planet for like thousands and thousands of years. I mean, this traces all the way back to the Greek mythology. It traces back to Roman mythology. It traces back to Egyptian mythology. It traces all the way back to Atlantis. It traces back to the ancient Sumerians. If you ever study Greek mythology, there is a story, and I'm gonna actually tell you two stories right now. One is from Greek mythology, and the other one I'm gonna share right after is very recent, just 100 years ago. So in Greek mythology, there's a story of Prometheus, and Prometheus wanted to uplift humanity. Prometheus wanted to bring advanced technology to the humans so that they would thrive and that they would prosper. And the technology was the technology of fire. Fire and metallurgy, because when you have fire, you can mold and shape metal. And Prometheus went and took this technology from Zeus and brought it to the humans and taught the humans how to use fire. And then Zeus was angered by Prometheus for wanting to help humanity. So Zeus punishes Prometheus. That's a story in Greek mythology. Now I'm going to share another story that's very, very similar that just happened 100 years ago. There was a researcher, his name was Nikola Tesla, and he was reverse engineering the technology of the ancients. He was reverse engineering the energies of frequency, or the energy technology, the frequency technology. And he was developing a kind of technology that would provide the entire world with free, clean, renewable energy, so no one would ever have to pay a monthly electricity bill ever again. Not only would it give people free energy in their homes, but all the automobiles would not have to run on gasoline. You would not have to pay $4 a gallon over and over and over again to fill your car with gas. This free energy technology would power your vehicle. It would power everything. It would completely collapse the control system that we have, because when you control the energy of a planet, you can essentially control the majority of that planet. So when Nikola Tesla was, sharing this with the bankers, the central bankers, because when you have, when you're developing technologies, you need to get financing to bring it to the market. You need financing to further develop it. Well, he went to the central bankers and he shared this technology with the central bankers, and was, he was trying to get financing for it. He was trying to get funding for it to bring it to market and free humanity. Well, the central bankers, specifically JP Morgan, when they learned what he was trying to do, JP Morgan says, if I can't put a meter on it and charge people money for it, I don't want it out. So they destroyed Nikola Tesla's work. They burned his laboratory. They took all of his research papers and hid them away, and they financially destroyed Nikola Tesla. They destroyed his career. Very, very similar to the story of Prometheus from Greek mythology. So you see, this suppression of technology, this suppression of human consciousness has been going on for a very, very long time. In fact, all the highly advanced technologies that would free humanity, they're described in almost all the ancient scriptures, almost all the mythologies, almost all the religious documents, all the old religious scriptures. They describe all this technology: free energy technology, anti-gravity, flying saucers, nuclear bombs, advanced healing technology using energies and frequencies to heal people. All of this stuff is described in the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the ancient Sumerian creation story, the 7 tablets of creation, the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation story. All this stuff, from the energy and the frequency technology to the advanced weapons technology, the advanced flying technology, the advanced transportation technology, the genetic engineering technology, bio-warfare, biotech, genetic hybridization, cloning, genetic engineering. All of this stuff is talked about in the Bible, the Book of Mormon, in the ancient Sumerian, the tablets of creation, the Babylonian creation story, the books of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is a story about a man named Enoch going on a ship with highly advanced beings, and then the highly advanced beings, they called them angels, or the fallen angels, the watchers, whatever you want to call them. They were showing Enoch all of their supplies and their inventory to build weapons. So you see, this stuff's been around. The technology, the weapons technology, all of it. It's been around for a very, very long time, but the controllers of this planet, the people that created this slave matrix, they suppress the technology. They do whatever they can. They do whatever it takes to keep the technology hidden from humanity. Well, we're going to break that matrix. We're going to break that paradigm by sharing information over the internet. Even though, again, we're censored, but the messages are still getting out. There's more decentralized social media platforms that are emerging. There's alternative social media platforms that don't censor people. but still the most mainstream ones are very heavily censored. So we have to be careful what we say. Specifically, the most censored words right now are the C word and the V word. So I'm trying not to mention those in this video. I mentioned it a lot in my last video and it got deleted like that, banned from uploading for 7 days. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I appreciate every single one of you. If you like the kind of content that I share, make sure you leave a comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. Let the YouTube algorithm know that you like learning about this kind of content, and I'll keep creating more of it. See you guys later.